Yo, welcome back. This is Stu42 with another Minecraft video. Last time we finally fixed our power up. This time I really want to get a bit further on with my GregTech stuff, get back to advancing things a little bit. One of the things I found is I was trying to make myself a, where is it? Trying to make myself a 512 electric furnace to try and get some of my smelting happening quicker. Unfortunately, we need this Canthal wire. Now, Canthal is, where are we? Plate, ingot. So you can see by the formula there, FeAlCr. So 1 part iron, 1 part aluminium, 1 part chrome. Not too bad, except chrome's a bit of a pain to get. But not only that, if we go through, we're going to need this, a vacuum freezer. I'm starting to need a vacuum freezer for a lot of things. So there's not too many things we need, not lutetium, but there's nichrome we're going to need. We're going to need that for our next level of blast furnace. I don't know if we need vanadium, gallium, but there's a few, naquita, that's what we're going to need it for, because our next level of power is going to be naquita. So vacuum freezer, definitely going to need. So one of the things I've also been doing in the background is we're going to need a bunch of stuff. So there's going to need to be 3x3x3, so that's 26 blocks all up. We're going to need an input, an output, a maintenance hatch, and an energy hatch. Now, I think we're going to actually need 3 energy hatches. It's going to be similar to the blast furnace. I'm just going to use 3 LV ones. So that's, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 blocks taken out of the 26. 7 if you count this, but this also needs a frost-proof machine casing. So we're going to need, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 20. We're going to need 20 of these frost-proof machine casings. Yeah, yikes. So 20 of these means we're going to need 20 aluminium frame boxes and a lot of aluminium plate. Now, as I said, one of the things I've been working on, I got a ton of aluminium. That's pretty awesome. The other thing we're going to need is these. So I did actually make a bunch of these aluminium frame boxes. I made 21 just to be sure. So what we might do is we'll get 21. So what's that? 20 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 20 times 6 is 120, I believe. So I do actually have a pattern in there for this. So this aluminium plate, this is going to be a lot of aluminium plate. So if we click that, we're going to go for what? 119 plates, just to make sure. 20, yeah, 119. So 119 plates. This is going to tie up our system for a while. So, oh, no, it's not. Apparently aluminium to roll flat is really, really fast. So we're going to need our hammer and a wrench. The wrench is pretty easy because we've got an electronic one. Hammer, wrench. Woohoo. We're going to run out of hammer. Alright, so we're going to need a stick. Now I was just using nickel just because, where is it? Like I have a ton of nickel. Wow, I've got a lot of junk here now. Not cobalt, there, nickel. See, there's a ton of that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run away. I'm going to make all the bits and pieces we're going to need for the vacuum freezer and assemble it. One of the things I want to do with powering it is similar to what we're doing over there, except over there with the blast furnace we're being a bit cheaty with the lava. I do want to change to using the semi-fluid generator from Industrial Craft, power that through and actually have enough power from our biofuel to run this thing. So I'm not sure where we're going to put it yet. Maybe, like we've got this arm here, so that arm's full. This arm's going to have some more machines. Yeah, this arm here looks like a good spot. Now I have got a cable. Yeah, I'll work something out off camera. So bear with me. I'm going to run away and make a bunch of parts for our vacuum freezer, and I will be back in just a moment. Okay, we are back, and as you can see in front of us here, we have a shiny new vacuum freezer. So The blocks that I've used for this, we've got a maintenance hatch around here. I've used just input and output hatches. I did make an input and output bus, but I've swapped them with my blast furnace. So the input hatches just have a single in-out thing. The buses have more of a multiple input output type situation, which means you can make use of the extra output from the blast furnace. Although I haven't tested that yet, so I will have to do that in a bit. We have our controller block in the middle of the front. I've already cleared all the errors. Circuitry hasn't been implemented yet, so the other ones are just, you got to hit it with a hammer and use the screwdriver and the crowbar and all that sort of stuff. Around the side here, I do have 3 LV energy hatches plugged into some cable, and then just a low voltage battery buffer with 4 small lithium batteries in them. I've got the low voltage transformer underneath. So what I was thinking of doing, and I thought I'd just come back quickly to explain a couple of design decisions. I think I'm just going to use nitro diesel. I originally was going to do biofuel, but given that to run this thing properly off biofuel, I'm going to need, I don't know, a ton of machines if I want it to run non-stop. I'm going to need, what is that, 16 EU per tick per biofuel, because there's no native biofuel thing in GregTech, so you have to use the industrial craft one. 16 EU per tick. We're going to need like 8 machines, 7 or 8 of them, and I just don't have the space or resources really to make all of them. So decided to just go with the biofuel. I'll put a diesel generator there, a 128 diesel generator there. We'll throw a tesseract down here, and then I've got enough room to run another off the same tesseract. I'll run another a generator, and then we'll maybe put our put an implosion compressor there, so the big industrial implosion compressor to make industrial diamonds. So I'll be back in a sec. I'm gonna make this this diesel generator. It's gonna take a little bit to make. I can't even remember what's in them. 128. Yeah, we're going to need some MV motors, a bunch of aluminum. All right, so this is going to take me a little while to do. I'll be back in a moment once I've made that, and we'll power this up and see how we're going. See you in a bit. Okay, we are back, and I just gave this a go, and unfortunately it didn't work. So what I'm thinking is happening, I've made some canthal dust. I smelted up in my blast furnace, which made me a hot canthal ingot. Incidentally, the hot ingot will burn you, so you've got to carry it down here, throw it in here, and then didn't work. So I'm guessing I need another LV input hatch. So what I'm going to do is we will very quickly make one. Luckily I've got a lot of it automated, including the casing. There we go. And now we need, what is it? Tin cable. 3 of those. There we go. And there we are. I'm going to need some cable as well. So I need some silver. I tend to make everything out of these. The blue ingots, just so that I can reuse them later on if I need to. So let's dig out one of those. Grab our LV hatch, throw it in. Should change color in a sec. There we go. Wire mill. Now, what did I make this? 2 times the yellow cable. It should be enough. Fastest little build that I can do. Awesome. Cool. So throw one of these canthals in here. Now I think if we check, what's it take? 90 seconds. That's a minute and a half. Pretty long time to wait. Alright, I'm going to cut here. I'll be back in just a moment once this hot ingot comes out.
Okay, we are back, and I've actually let a bit of time go by in the real world, just because I had a couple of issues with the first time I recorded this, and I really wanted to capture what the problem was and how to go about fixing it. So here I have 3 of those hot Cantil ingots that we've been waiting for. Oh, it's going to hit me slightly on the way through. It's no worse than a bucket of lava. We can run over here, go to our, where is the input hatch? Input hatch, throw them in there, and it should start processing. There we go, the first one's processing. So because we changed that block last time, we did need to hit this with a soft hammer just to get it working. And as per all multi-blocks, we needed to do everything with the maintenance hatch to get it going. This is pretty fast. So there's 2 already through. Third one should be through any second. Now, the thing that went wrong last time, I plugged this in with these cables and everything was all working fine, but it would only process one at a time, and then the second one would fail. Now, the reason that failed is this machine has a tiny buffer inside it, and because we've got 4 inputs now, and the cable lengths are all here, so 2 of them or 3 of them have a cable length of 2, so they're losing 2 EU per tick, and one of them is losing 1 EU per tick. It can't quite survive with the 4 batteries that we had in here. So I've needed to upgrade this and upgrade it to one that has 5 batteries. Now the reason being that extra battery just gives it enough of a push to give an extra packet through when it needs it, which means you can process more at a time. The next problem I encountered was this cable in the middle. You might be able to see it in there slightly thicker. I needed to actually put a thicker cable in the middle because it burnt it burnt out. I did actually put thick cable for all of it, but you only really need to do that middle one there. Unfortunately, GregTech's hitboxes are pretty horrible. You can't go through the cables to another block on the other side. He uses full-size hitbox for everything, so I'm guessing he hasn't fixed that bit up yet. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this build. It's working the way I want it to work. We have our, we can process multiples. The next thing to do would be to just hook this up with Applied Energistics to have an export bus so that it automatically, vacuum freezes all of the hot ingots that we need to do. I will need to automate this as well, so one of the things I'm planning on doing with the blast furnace is we'll get rid of the lava finally. Now that we've got a bit of a biofuel set up, I'll try and run enough biofuel into this that I can run it full time, and then we can automate that as well. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Next episode, who knows? I might finally, one of the things that we hit across, we have 22 iridium ore, fantastic. So that will let us get the osmium that we need. Very, very lucky to get that 22 iridium. But yeah, we'll go over that again. Possibly next episode, possibly the one after. I do really want to get the UU matter stuff done. And then, I don't know, that might actually be the end of this season. We'll see how we're going. We've done a very good run this season. We're up to, 27 episodes. Wow. Alright, anyway, that's all from me. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.